Following the verdict, it looks like Diddy has dodged the worst now that he was cleared of the RICO and trafficking charges, right? In fact, it looks like this would be a good time to start rebranding. But a closer look at the court files and the surveillance footage from his home raids tells a much darker story. Because behind the headlines, the government knew he wasn't just committing crimes, he was actively trying to cover them up, and he wasn't working alone. Does this mean Diddy is up for a second trial? Let's get right into it. It started with a phone, the one Diddy's team swore didn't exist. Even after his homes got raided, even after subpoenas were issued, they still claimed the device wasn't relevant. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, it showed up, and the judge was not amused. In a June 9th ruling, the court flat out said Diddy's team used fake legal arguments to stall the investigation. They were apparently strategically using this strategic attempt to delay tactic, which basically means Diddy and his team were just running plays and not telling the truth. And what's worse, the feds believed that phone held evidence of obstruction. The cover-up was super detailed, with claims that implicated people in Diddy's circle like his assistant KK, who allegedly helped him hide the phone. In trying to justify why they couldn't provide this phone, they cited employee-client privilege as an excuse, and when that didn't work, they decided to appeal. What they didn't know was that they just kept building speculations around the phone, and everyone was like, what's in that phone that they are protecting that much? But here's the twist. Despite all that evidence of hiding evidence, obstruction of justice never made it into the list of charges, and that's where things start to feel planned. Then came the witness tampering. Former employees who had publicly accused Diddy of harassment and more began revealing that before the feds even contacted them, Diddy had already reached out offering to pay for their lawyers. Chef Jordan said it happened to her and she wasn't alone. Now think about that. You're under federal investigation and you're reaching out to victims with money, legal teams, and quiet influence. No, he wasn't being generous. He was simply putting them under a tight spot so they wouldn't tell on you in court. The feds reportedly have the receipts, including emails, messages, and timelines. It's all there. And yet no formal charge was made for witness tampering either. And let's not forget the firearms. The raid reportedly uncovered weapons with filed off serial numbers, assault-style rifles, hidden and unregistered, the kind of stuff that would land anyone else behind bars instantly. But in Diddy's trial, none of this was ever mentioned. All these have gotten people asking, why hasn't the government pulled the trigger? Some believe the feds are saving those charges for sentencing. Others think it's part of a larger RICO strategy, one that takes down the entire system, not just the face of it. Because if they charge Diddy with obstruction, it means admitting the full scale of the cover-up. And if they admit that, they have to explain who helped him. Legal experts say these charges, if added, could stack Diddy's sentence by another decade or maybe more. Extra time for hiding evidence, intimidating witnesses, and abusing his position. This person said, I've said it over and over. What about the phone, the drugs, the guns? Feds aren't finished. Another added, that's the pizza. He said several times to his sons, get rid of the pizza boxes. And another said, every dog has its day, LOL, and that day has come for Diddy. Some insiders even claim the sentencing judge is waiting, watching for the right moment to use those missing charges as enhancements. And if that happens, Diddy won't be walking out of court with a press release and a plea deal. He'll be walking into a prison sentence that looks nothing like a rebrand.